This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smithem, and the latest news from Alpena Community College with Dr. Olin Joynton. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smithem. My first two guests are both from the Boys and Girls Club of Alpena. I have Jen Digna and Susan Nielsen. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Now, Susan, as we are taping this, you're just getting back to work after being and doing some staff training. How did that all go?
Oh, it's going wonderful, and we're doing it every day. The week that just the week before the kids are out of school for the summer, and we will be training until the day they start their summer vacation, which is June 6th. And on that day we open, and we hope we see everybody at the club.
Yay! And you brought Jen Digna with you today.
I did, Jen Digna, and Jen's up with the programming. She's a programmer and in charge of the food program this year, and so couldn't bring the whole staff, but it's a shame I couldn't. They're wonderful and tons of fun.
Now, Jen, we think of kids, we think of food, so you're putting them both together, and tell me about the food program this summer.
It's a great program. We're providing very kid-friendly, nutritious meals, and it's for ages 18 years and younger. We serve a lunch from 12:30 to 1:30, so anytime in between there, the kids can come and eat the meal. And then we serve a snack also from 3:30 to 4:30.
Okay.
And some of the things that the kids really enjoy are like the pizza wraps and stuff like that. But then there's also a vegetable and a fruit and a glass of milk provided for the lunch also.
And you know, you think of kids that are home during the summer, you know, they're not doing anything, they're hanging around playing video games or getting into trouble or doing things they shouldn't, probably grabbing the wrong foods to eat. So if they're a member of the Boys and Girls Club of Alpena, they're getting you know, a nutritious lunch and a nutritious snack and a chance to participate in some of the wonderful programming you're going to tell us about.
Yes, we have some great activities this summer. Our theme for the summer is going to be the great outdoors. So we're really going to be pushing the kids to be outside, and a lot of the activities are going to be outside. One of the really fun activities that we have is Kids Lit, and that is where we read a story and then we do an activity that kind of surrounds the story and makes them think about, you know, what the story was about, who are the characters, and the important things like that.
Okay.
We also have BrainWorks, and we have a new book for BrainWorks. It's not a fill-in-the-answer book. It's more of like a fun worksheet type thing, and with that, the kids will be able to retain what they've learned this past year, because what happens is during the summer, the kids, you know, lose a lot of what they have learned. Some of the other things that we have is Wanna Play, and that's like our gym activities, and that will also be outside, you know, capture the flag on the island and stuff like that.
Okay.
We have Healthy Habits, which is kind of a play off our summer food program, where we talk about, you know, how to make good choices when you're not at the club and when you're not at home, and, you know, what the choices, you know, should be.
Okay. All right, so Susan, and people, as I said, you're getting ready for summer, you're thinking, oh my gosh, the kids are going to be home so many hours. $20 or $10 for a family.
$10 for a family, $6 for an individual. And I can't stress, if your teenagers want to hang out with just teenagers, I cannot tell people about a better place than Youth Volunteer Corps. And that will start June 11th. And there are 5 sessions starting June 11th, starting June 25th, July 9th, July 23rd, and August 6th.
Okay.
And they run for 2 weeks each section. And excuse me, I don't know of a better program for kids to learn social responsibility, community responsibility, and learn maybe job skills, be with kids that they enjoy being with, committing to something that
something to put on your resume when you're out there looking for work, that you're a volunteer, when you're doing college applications.
I just went to a business here in town to get some work done for the club, some pieces made for a club. And it was a problem piece. I wanted this piece to be a certain way. I wanted it to be worded a certain way, and it was for a special person. And walked in the door, and they said, well, we're going to have our specialist come out and help you because really you need a little extra help. And there stood a young woman who was in YVC for as long as I knew her, and she really was an expert. And she said, oh yeah, I learned a lot of this in YVC. That's one of the things she practiced, and it was beautiful. Her first name's Chelsea, so that'll clue her in that I'm talking about her. The other piece that has become very, very important to kids at the junior high level is a club within the club called Torch Club. Matt Brzezinski, if everybody knows Matt, the kids call him Big Matt, and he is larger than life. He is a super duper fun guy. Matt runs Torch Club, and the Torch Club this year is going to be responsible for cleaning the bypath between the 9th Street Bridge and the 2nd Street Bridge. And so those kids will be, we always train kids about how you do that sort of thing. There's some things they just can't pick up. They just should not handle, or and so we take care of stuff like that. But if you want to participate with a group of kids and give back to your community in a club situation, come have fun with the Torch Club in Matt. And oh my gosh, those kids are so proud of themselves, and they should be. They do a lot. They're really nice kids. I'm hopeful he has several kids join this year in the summer and then continue in the junior high. So YVC and Torch Club, and just to say that for this food program, you don't have to be a member to come and eat. The state of Michigan says we're going to provide the funding for this food, but we want to ensure that you serve any person between the age of 6 and 18 who comes into your building. And anybody who's hungry, outside playing and you're hungry, come to the club. We'll feed you a meal. We'd love to have you stay as a guest. If you don't want to stay, nobody's going to give you any trouble. But be sure you come and eat.
And one thing too, Jen, if somebody comes to the club and they're not interested in participating in all of those activities, there's so many other things that they can do during the day.
Yeah, we have a games room that is full. We have 4 pool tables now. We have bumper pool, and they can just kind of come and hang out. We have a fairly large array of different kinds of books. And they can just come and read a book if they want, or they can just come and hang out with their friends. And we also have a wonderful art program that's going to be happening also.
So lots of fun stuff to do.
And the gym, a full-size gym. Our staff, really, the key to a good experience in our club is to have a well-trained, smart, very nice staff, and that is absolutely what we specialize in. But that staff needs to be trained so that they'll be ready for anything that happens in our club. Not that terrible things happen, but we are trained in CPR and first aid, safety outside the club. So if you go on a field trip, our staff already has gone out and investigated the place that we're going to go to see what the pitfalls might be, what could happen, and then we do what we have to do to ensure all our kids are safe if they're going with us anywhere. We also train on nonviolent crisis intervention. I hate to say it, but every now and then things happen, and you need to learn how to take care of that without being violent or without laying your hands on a child or having them lay hands on you. That doesn't happen at the club either. When kids are busy and productive, things don't fall apart. But we want to be ready. You never know. The other safety issue for us is the Boys and Girls Club way of safety, and that involves never leaving a child alone. Never.
I like
Ensuring there's always supervision for every child in that club, and that kids are always safe. And I know the big sign at the door is a puzzle for some people. They walk in the door and it says, all adults wait here. That is a huge safety feature for us. All adults wait there, because if we let any adult have access to all the children, we have to let all adults have access to all children.
Good point.
And that's just, if you bring your child there, you need to know we are committed to keeping that child as safe in the club as you would be in your home. And we feel that they're our kids too. And so it's important to us that everybody knows our staff is trained for that and trained well. We also like to talk about what makes kids tick. And that's just basically knowing what kids are doing at any age level, We need to understand that very clearly. If you're expecting a 60-year-old to act like a 12-year-old, then you're going to have trouble. So we need to know about that. And we need to know a little bit about personality types. We were just laughing about that the other day, the kids that are saying, okay, it's 3 o'clock, we're supposed to be, okay, it's 2 o'clock, you said we would at 2. That kid is probably approaching type A and needs a job. So here's a broom. If you would just sweep that for us, when you get done, we'll go. It's a wonderful way to take care of those things.
Unfortunately, we're out of time.
Good.
I know we have too much to talk about.
Too
I
much.
want to thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to next month. And by then, programming will be in full swing, and we'll see how it's going.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll be right back with Val Williams from Huron Humane Society following these messages. Hi, welcome back. My last guest today is Val Williams from Huron Humane Society. Good morning, Val.
Good morning.
And you've brought a beautiful dog with you today.
Yes, Kayla.
Well, as soon as we want to take a picture of Kayla, she's going to disappear on us.
Yep, she's a little excited to be here today.
You'll have to pick her up because we can't see her on camera very well at all.
Come on.
There you go. Wonderful fox terrier,
Yep.
1 year, 7 months old.
Mm-hmm. Yep. She's pretty well behaved. I think she's just kind of excited right now, but she likes to sit. She likes to be close to her owner. She came in as an owner surrender.
Okay.
They had some apartment issues that required them to get rid of their dog.
Okay.
So she's all ready to go. She's already spayed. She's microchipped. She's potty trained. She seems to be a very friendly dog. She does like to have all the attention though, so we're suggesting maybe a home without any other dogs.
Without any other dogs, okay. And she does love to sit on your lap and be cuddled and snuggled. So if you're looking for a lap dog, this would probably be the dog for you.
Yes. She's absolutely adorable, and she's a lot of fun. So yeah, she's a great dog. And I want to mention too, we try to feature our animals weekly at Lori Steffen's office at Real Estate One. So if you're maybe for whatever reason you forget about coming out to the shelter, it's too far out, or whatever your reason is, you can always stop into Real Estate One on Thursday between 10 and 4. She always has a different animal there, sometimes a cat, sometimes a dog, and we've been getting a lot of adoptions out of that.
Perfect.
So just trying to get the word out there and see if we can get more people to stop into Lori's office on Thursdays.
And now your fur bowl was a tremendous success, so now you're having your Cruisin' for Critters.
We are, the Cruisin' for Critters Mutt Run. It's, I think, our 9th year running. We do a motorcycle run, one of the first runs of the area, actually one of the first charity runs anyways. We have a lot of help from some local bikers. They help us put it together and organize it. We have some sponsors from local businesses, Bogart's Tavern, Chief's Bar and Grill. We're going out to Mountain Inn. We'll be stopping in Glenny.
Oh, wow.
And all possible, by sponsors, people that have put up, money to purchase the food or the beverages at our lunch stop or what have you. And it's just a fun ride. We travel around northern Michigan and take in the scenery and have a good time.
So you pay an entry fee, so much per person.
$15 per person or $25 per couple.
Okay.
Registration is going to happen at Bogart's Tavern. Saturday, June 9th.
Okay.
At 9 a.m. we'll start registering. We probably won't leave until around 11.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess, stop in early for registration, get entered in some of the raffles. We might have some t-shirts available for purchase, and we will have a drawing for all of the people that have pre-registered, which is another option. That's something you can do the week of the event, which would be Tuesday through Friday, that week of June 9th. You can pre-register at Chief's Bar and Grill or at Bogart's Tavern.
And you do have to have a bike to participate.
You do have to have a bike, but it does not have to be a Harley. It could be anything. Everybody is welcome. All bikes are welcome, absolutely. And then afterwards, we stop. We end at Chief's Bar in Alpena, which is on 2nd Avenue on the north side. And we have a block party and food and music. Jason Eller's coming to town to play for us. So it should be a good time. We usually have close to 100 or more bikes, and then a ton of people that evening for the block party. So
it's really a good time, and it's June 9th, a good day to get out and about and have fun and support the Humane Society.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, what else is happening?
Well, let's see here, Kayla.
Blank sheet.
We also have coming up, we're doing a Tag Day event this year, which we do every year, but this year we're doing it a little bit different. The first weekend of the Brown Trout Festival is normally when we do it. So it's July 13th, which is a Friday, and Saturday, July 14th. We have volunteers with canisters all over the area, whether it be Neiman's or Walmart or the Alpena Mall or wherever, collecting donations for the Humane Society. And this year...
She likes me.
She does. This year, Budweiser has offered to incorporate the We Go dog fundraiser into it. I don't know if you saw the We Go commercial for the Super Bowl. Well, they're going to do a similar project with us that weekend, and they will have displays set up at different stores where people can see the dog that they're featuring and get some discounted Budweiser materials that weekend. So we're doing that in conjunction with Tag Day. So we will be all over Alpena that weekend. So look for the Humane Society and Budweiser to promote our shelter. Also, I want to mention, because I haven't mentioned it in a long time, that we are not affiliated with other humane organizations. We do not accept funds from any other humane organizations, as a lot of shelters don't. And some people don't realize that when they see the sad commercials on TV with the National Humane Societies and things, that they really don't operate shelters. They might fund some projects for some, but for most of us, we're independent, we're supported by our community, and that's essentially what we are. 87% of our budget comes from the community, so any and all donations are greatly appreciated. Whether it's $1 or a bag of food, it doesn't matter. It goes a long way, and we are a no-kill shelter, which I believe is important. You know, we never ever have an animal that's there beyond a certain amount of time because we work so hard to get them adopted. So,
and those donations are really important. If it's a can of food, if it's a bag of cat litter, a roll of paper towels, some fabric softener, some laundry detergent, towels, anything that would be that you could basically use at home, we can use at the shelter.
Absolutely. We can make a towel into a small dog bed or a cat bed, and always dog and cat beds are welcomed. The animals love them.
Yes, and leashes, tie-out leashes, and
treats, toys, time if you want to volunteer time.
Yes, time especially.
I wanted to mention that we have a new feature on our website. Jessica Hatch has been working really, really hard.
And it's in there somewhere.
On our website. And we have some volunteer opportunities actually listed on our website along with our volunteer application and just some different suggestions. Maybe you've always thought you'd want to volunteer at the Humane Society, but you're not sure what does that entail. Well, it doesn't have to be cleaning up dog waste, or it can be if that's what you want. But it can also be doing outreach events, helping with fundraisers, working in the office, helping us clean up or do maintenance. We have some projects going on right now at the shelter where we are actually expanding our building into the old, what used to be the pole barn. And it looks amazing. Tom Pelkey from the Recycling Center was on not too long ago talking about it. We just have so many great things that we're working on. We're just moving forward. So now is a great time to be involved. It's really positive. We have some good energy flowing out there, great staff, and some awesome animals, of course. So if you've ever thought about volunteering, now is the time. Check out our website, HuronHumaneSociety.org, and fill out the application. Look at the different ideas that we have. Maybe you have your own idea. Let us know, and we'd be happy to have you.
Anyone come out and give fundraising ideas or helpful things, how to move or store something, anything's appreciated. And we always want to thank the local vets, too, because they're so considerate and kind to Huron Humane Society.
They really, really are. And we have support from every single one of our local vets right now, and it's just phenomenal. We have come very far because of this community, and that is the truth.
Now, we're almost out of time, so give me the hours that people could come out and view the wonderful animals to adopt.
Sure. We're open Tuesday through Saturday during the week. So Tuesday through Friday, it's 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. And then on Saturdays, 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. We are open prior to 11 a.m. for cleaning. So, you know, if that's something you're interested in helping with, if you want to come in and see the shelter before it's open to the public, we might hand you a mop or a broom, but you're more than welcome to come in. But yeah, they can view the animals Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. until 4 during the week and until 3 on Saturdays.
And just, you know, fostering too, real important. You know, if you don't think you want a pet, but you want to do something to help, maybe pick up an animal on the weekends and bring it home so it gets a chance to play with your family, your dogs, your animals, and get socialized because it makes them easier to adopt.
Absolutely, and especially in the summertime, I have a lot of people that ask me, well, can I just take a dog for the weekend to take on the boat? Absolutely, absolutely, and we will, you know, flex our hours if we need to come in on Sunday to get the dog from you Sunday night, that's fine. So just let us know. We're more than happy to accommodate foster parents.
We're out of time. I look forward to hearing about the success of your event next month.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please stay tuned for Dr. Olin Joynton following these messages.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm Olin Joynton, president of Alpena Community College. My guest this morning, Aubrey Van Assche. Welcome to the show, Aubrey.
Hi.
And Aubrey, you are an artist and also an ACC student. Now let's talk about art just a little bit. I first learned about your work from Karen Bennett, who manages Art in the Loft. I understand you have an exhibition there for the Summer View.
Yep, I was taking a class and my professor actually recommended me to have this summer spot in there where I can keep my art and sell it. And I actually didn't realize that it was mainly like meant to get me into figuring out what it's like to be in a gallery and do all those kinds of things. And so I get to keep my work there, and it's like free of commission or any other charges. So it's kind of cool, and it's a really cool opportunity actually. So
for those of you who are artists out there as well, Art in the Loft is a great venue for displaying and selling your works, and if you haven't made that connection, you might check it out. Aubrey, you grew up here in Alpena, is that right?
Yep.
Lived here all your life?
I've been here since my family moved here when I was like really young, like 3 or 4 or something.
Okay.
And we've lived out in Presqu'île, actually, not right in Alpena. But it's nice out there. It's like out in the country, and it's just kind of, it was a nice place to grow up.
Maybe an inspiring place for an artist.
Yeah.
And all that beautiful nature. And you went to Alpena High School?
Yep.
Graduated was about a year ago?
Yep, 2011.
Very good. So how did you make the decision to come to Alpena Community College?
Mostly, I wasn't sure entirely what I wanted to do with my life, and so I was at first thinking I wanted to go into veterinary, and but I was still going to stay here at the college. But when I decided to change my mind, I was like glad that I decided to stay at ACC, because I've just been taking classes and doing like general studies classes, trying to figure out like where I want to go. So it's cheaper and it's close to home.
So I'm trying to combine art and veterinary medicine, and maybe medical illustration might be a connection.
That's what
there.
a lot of people have told me.
But the point you're making, I think, is that ACC can be a very good place to explore if you're not quite sure what you want to do.
Yep.
And I've talked to some parents who send their kids off to college or university at quite a high expense, and the young students are still kind of wandering around trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And sometimes the parents aren't too happy with the cost of that exploratory time, whereas ACC turns out for you and for a lot of other people to be a great place to sample different fields of knowledge and either maybe confirm, in your case, an art major and an art career of some kind, or maybe be open to other options.
Yeah, I've still been trying to figure out, because there are a lot of different jobs. It's kind of hard to find what you want to do once you decide you don't want to go into like medicine or something, and once you're in art, it's hard to find what job you actually want to do. So I've just been trying to figure that out and taking art classes and business classes and things like that.
By the way, the staff at the college can help you with sort of career advising. What's going to click for you? Where would you most likely be both happy and successful? Those two components of a career. So have you checked that out at the college? Use those services any? Or?
Not that much. I've mostly just been trying to figure out, doing like some research on my own and trying to figure it out. But that would probably be helpful.
Good. Well, are any of the instructors really standing out in your mind as people that have done very well by you in the courses?
Actually, my design class, Lori Wade, was the professor, and she actually really helped me a lot. Like from the day I got in that class, I could tell she just like believed in my art. And she helped me a lot, and she is the one who recommended me to be in Art in the Loft, and she would she just really helped me like fine-tune my skills, because for the most part I was self-taught except for a few high school classes. But she really helped me with like figuring out just things that I didn't really realize were important in art, just like where you place things on the page, or like line quality, just things that she really helped me refine.
Well, that's really good to hear. I hear so many compliments about Huron, and it's nice to hear another one from you. Actually, the art programs operate in the newest building on the campus, opened up, I believe, in 2008 or 9. How are the facilities for the training that you're getting?
I actually really like it. It's just like a nice atmosphere in there, and it's just really, like, I mean, my other classes are fun too, but like my art class is just relaxing, and you just sit and you talk and you work on your things. And
there's a lot of light in that building, isn't there, that's good for
yeah, that's really helpful too.
I think you told me before the program began mostly pen and ink is your preferred medium, is that right?
Yeah, I work a lot with, because I used to just like sketching with pencils and things, and I never really did much with ink. But in this class we had to do a lot of things where, like, my first project was on a really large piece of mat board, and it just was working with doing stippling, which is just like little dots, and that it took a long time, but once I finished it I was like, that really looks nice, and it was a really good practice.
Is that called pointillism, George Seurat? Am I remembering my art history correctly?
I'm not sure.
I remember him being described as just making big paintings out of thousands and thousands of little dots.
Yeah.
Would require an awful lot of patience, I guess.
Takes a lot of patience.
Do you have a favorite university in mind where you might transfer after you finish your work at ACC?
Mostly, I mean, I've been thinking like I can get an art degree in most any school, so mostly I'm trying to base it on the town and things like that. And I mean, I love the town of Grand Rapids, so I mean, I've been applying to actually Kendall College of Art and Design there, because that just seems like a good school, and I love the town. And Lansing is another one I've been thinking of. But
those are exciting towns to be in, and after another year or so at ACC, I imagine you'll be ready to try out some big city life in one of those locations, or maybe somewhere else. Well, it's been really interesting for me to learn about your life and your time at ACC. Thank you very much for being my guest this morning.
Thanks for having me.
And best of luck to you in deciding what your major is going to be in your career path and your university of choice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This has been Talk of the Town with Nancy Smithem and Dr. Olin Joynton. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on Community. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.